Channel Coding Learner. So today we discuss about the linked list. So linked list is a linear data structure that includes a series of the connected nodes. It means that the one node is connected to the another, and this is how the traversing of the linked list will be occurred because the one node contains the address of the another node. So let's move. So it's look like that. One node is connected to next node, and this is how the linked list works. All the elements which are inserted in the linked list, all the nodes are connected to not each other, to the next node. So this is how the linked list look like. So in the first value there is the data, and the second is the next. It is the pointer, or it points to the next node. It contains the address of the next node. So this is how the linked list connected. So now move forward for the structure of one node. So our one node is look like that. Our data store the value which the user wants to insert, and there is initially the next will be null because we put it depends on the how the insertion operation we are performing, or we are putting the insertion operation as insert at end, or insert at head, or insert in between. So this is how the structure of a one node look like. And I created a class which has node, and there is the two values of one is the data and the next is the pointer node which points to the next node. So there is a parameterized constructor which takes the value from the user to be inserted, and I place the data is equals to value, and next will be null initially. So let's move forward for the linked list operation. So first linked list operation is so simple. We just include our new created node to the linked list at the end of the linked list. So initially our linked list is look like that. Our head will be pointed at this, and it stored the address of the previous or the next node. So the next node and address is 201, so 2001, and now it's placed here. It saves the next node address, and our next node will be 32, and our next node doesn't have any node to be called, and there is a null. That's why we put the null, and we have created a new node name as an mistake name as an, and we are inserted the address of the n node to our last node where the next is null, so that it's save the address of the new nodes and it points to our new node. So this is how the insertion at tail will occur. So let's move forward for insert at head. So insert at head, we know that our first node is our head, and let's take created a new node and we want to place our new node at the head. So what we are doing, we are place our new node next address will be our 200, and we are call that our head is our new node. So this is how the insert at head will occur. Now our head will be our new node, and our head point next pointer will be points to the next node which is our previous head. So this is our insert at head operation. Now we are creating our node by using the class. We are declaring the structure of our nodes. So let's take the name of a class as nodes, and in the public section, there is a int data and the node star pointer which points to the next node, and we create a new node constructor having a int val data will be our val, and initially our next will be our null. So that's it about the creating the structure of our node. So now in it, our first function is our insert at tail. So the return type will be void. Let's take the name of function as insert at tail, and it contains the node star head pointer. which points to the head, and there is a int value which need to be inserted to a new node. So I created a node star. Let's take an of a new node, and we create a new node by using a node constructor. We are passing the value, so that's it. By using this, our node will be look like that. It contains the value, and next will be our null initially. So this is how the new node of a particular node is constructed. So now we are checking if our head is equals to null, then we call n is our head. So if it is not, then we are creating a node star temporary which points to our head initially, and we are create a while loop until and unless a temp next will be is not equals to null. If these condition is true, then we break the loop will be break, and we let's take a temp will be a temp next. To iterate each and every node, we need to create a temp node, because we are not moving our head, because if we are doing that, our head will be missed. So that's why I created a temporary node to iterate the linked list, and at last we are came at a last node of our linked list, and our temp will be our last element, and now a temp next will be points to our n, and initially we already placed our n next will be our null. So that's it about the insertion at tail, and there is a insertion at head, insertion insert at head function, and the return type will be void. Let's take insert at head, and let's take the node star slash and hand, and int really we are take the whole head node, because if we are placed our head is equal to a new node, so that's why we take the whole node from the linked list. So first of all we check, let's create a node first, node, and our new node will be named as n, and we call our parameterized constructor, and it takes well. And first we check if our head is equals to null, then our head will be our n, and if it is not, then our n next contain our head address, and our head will be our n. So the remaining linked list will be connected by head, so it's automatically connected with our new node. So and at last we placed our head will be our n. Let's create a display function to display the elements of the linked list. Let's display function. The return type will be void, and there is a display, and it takes the node star head, and we are create a node star temporary nodes. Let's take it head, and it's run until unless a temp will not equals to null, and we having a out statement which prints the temp data, and we change our temp by temp next. So this is how the implementation of our linked list will be done. And now create a node star head in our interval. Let's take new node, and its value will be 12 initial, and we are calling insert at tail. We need to pass our head and value to be inserted, and insert at tail. Again we pass our value and head, stick through, and we are call a function insert at head. So it is pass a head and a value to be inserted at first, and then we call our display function to display elements of our linked list. Let's run. Okay, we get our values. So initially our head will be our 12, then we insert 2 and then 3, and then we are calling insert at head, and now insert the head will be our 1, and that's why the 1 will be our head, because we call our insert at head, our new head will be 1. So that's it about the insert at head and insert at tail, and now we move for the insert at between. Let's move